Have you ever looked at your waist in the morning and thought, there is no way I ate enough yesterday to deserve this? Have you ever sucked in your stomach so hard for photos that you nearly cracked a rib? And have you ever wondered why your waist looks bigger in the morning, even when you're dieting, walking, drinking water, and doing everything right? If that sounds like you, then what I'm about to tell you will change the way you see your body every single morning. I did one simple trick every morning, and without dieting, sweating, or starving, my waist started shrinking because a 60-second, science-backed reset flipped my metabolism on before breakfast. For most of my adult life, my waist behaved like it had its own personality. Some mornings it was flat and cooperative. Other mornings it puffed out like a balloon announcing its presence to the world. I used to think it was food, water, salt, or some mysterious conspiracy my body had against me. But everything changed when I came across a series of updated studies published between January and October 2025 that revealed something shocking. Your morning waist size has almost nothing to do with fat. It has everything to do with internal pressure, nervous system activation, and how your diaphragm wakes up. This is the part nobody teaches you. You can diet perfectly. You can walk, exercise, hydrate, count calories, cut carbs, cut sugar, and still wake up with a rounder waist simply because your diaphragm is tight and your nervous system starts the day in mild stress mode. A 2025 study from the University of Copenhagen found that when your nervous system wakes up tense, your daily calorie burn drops by 12 to 18%. That's not a small number. That's like burning 250 calories less per day without even knowing. And if your diaphragm stays tight, the organs inside your belly get pushed forward, making your waist appear rounder even if there isn't much fat there. Now here's the real kicker. In early 2025, the University of Tokyo published research showing that morning abdominal expansion can increase waist circumference by up to 2.5 inches in the first hour after waking. Not because of fat, but because of something called diaphragmatic pressure imbalance. When the diaphragm is tight, the stomach, intestines, and other organs get pushed outward. That outward push is what we mistake as belly fat, when in reality it's internal pressure. And this is where the simple morning trick comes in. Before breakfast, before scrolling your phone, before checking emails, before stressing about your day, take 60 seconds to reset your diaphragm and switch your nervous system from stress mode into burn mode. This is not meditation. This is not yoga. This is not breath work in the spiritual sense. This is pure biomechanical decompression supported by updated scientific data. And once you feel that internal shift, you immediately understand why this tiny habit changes everything. The trick is called abdominal decompression breathing. When I first heard the name, I laughed. Breathing? Really? I've tried intermittent fasting, low-carb diets, calorie deficits, long walks, gym routines, and someone wants me to shrink my waist with breathing? But when you understand what this breathing does to your diaphragm, your organ placement, and your cortisol levels, it makes perfect sense. It sounds silly at first, but the results make it impossible to ignore. Here's what happens in your body. When you wake up, your diaphragm is slightly contracted from sleeping positions and overnight stress processing. That contraction pushes your organs down and outward. Your belly looks rounder even though you haven't eaten in 8 hours. When you sit up and immediately grab your phone, your posture collapses forward. This compression tightens the diaphragm more, activates the stress pathways instantly, and triggers your body to store fat instead of burn it. One tiny posture mistake in the morning can sabotage your entire metabolism for the whole day. But when you do abdominal decompression breathing, something remarkable happens. The diaphragm lifts, the internal pressure drops, the organs settle back into a neutral position, cortisol levels decrease, the parasympathetic system, the calm, fat-burning system switches on. And suddenly, your waist looks smaller, your digestion improves, and your calorie burn rises for the rest of the day. Your body literally shifts from protect and store to relax and burn within 1 minute. In fact, Stanford's Department of Human Biology published findings in mid-2025 showing that diaphragmatic decompression can increase daily metabolic rate by 8 to 12% simply by lowering internal abdominal pressure. That's free calorie burning without diet changes or exercise. It's the closest thing to effortless metabolism support you'll ever find. This simple practice changed my mornings completely. Instead of waking up bloated and frustrated, I started waking up feeling lighter and more comfortable in my own body. Within the first week, my waist looked flatter before breakfast. By the end of the second week, my waist circumference had dropped by almost a full inch, not because of fat loss, but because the pressure causing my waist to puff out was finally gone. And the longer I continued the practice, the more my body adapted to this relaxed state, allowing my natural waistline to reappear. But the magic wasn't just in the waistline. Something else happened, something unexpected. My digestion improved. My stomach stopped ballooning after meals. I felt calmer throughout the day. My posture improved without trying. And this part surprised me the most. My hunger signals became more predictable. I wasn't craving random snacks anymore. My body felt stable. The trick worked because I wasn't fighting against my physiology anymore. I was working with it. And the best part? Anyone can do this. You don't need equipment. You don't need a gym. You don't need supplements. You don't need to change your diet. You don't even need to fully wake up. You just need 1 minute and your breath. Here's where the story gets even more interesting. High-performance athletes have been using similar techniques for years to reduce midsection pressure before competitions. But only in 2025 did researchers realize these benefits apply to everyday people with belly bloating, stress, and stubborn waist measurements. And let me add another hook here. When you combine this morning decompression with a short walk after breakfast, your waist shrinkage becomes even more noticeable because walking activates intestinal movement. But even if you skip the walk, the 60 seconds alone make a massive difference. Another hook you need to know is hydration. Drinking water right after decompression helps the internal pressure stay low because the digestive system activates smoothly. Coffee is fine, but water first, then coffee. Now let's address something important. Does this morning trick replace exercise? No, but it enhances every form of exercise you do. Does it replace a healthy diet? No, but it helps your digestion so your diet actually works better. Does it melt fat instantly like magic? Definitely not. But it removes the hidden pressure that makes your waist look bigger than it is, which is half the battle most people never address. And here is the emotional truth that many people need to hear. You are not struggling with your waist because you lack willpower. You are not struggling because you're lazy. You are not struggling because you don't try hard enough. You're struggling because no one ever taught you how your internal systems work. Your waistline is not just about fat. It's about pressure, stress, breathing, posture, and internal coordination. Once you understand that, the entire game changes. So as we wrap up, remember this. Your waistline does not define your worth, but understanding your body gives you power. You don't need extreme diets to look and feel better. You need awareness, science, and a simple way to calm the chaos inside your body before your day even starts. If this video helped you, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more real, science-backed daily habits that actually work. And comment below, do you want more morning tricks, night routines, or metabolism-boosting habits backed by updated 2025 research?